Hi there. I'm Nadira Jamal, hostess of the Belly Dance Geek Clubhouse, and welcome to this special interview series with my fellow instructors at the 2014 Las Vegas Belly Dance Intensive. The LVBDI will be held September 4th through 7th at the Flamingo Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. To learn more about the LVBDI or to register, visit bellydanceintensive.com. My guest today is Jamie Lynn, who will be teaching belly dance music, mawal, majensi, maqam, and more. Jamie Lynn fell in love with Middle Eastern music long before she discovered belly dance. She believes that knowing the music and the culture behind it makes for a better dancer and creates a lifetime of exploration and learning. Check her out at jamielynnbellydance.com, spelled JAMIELYNN, bellydance.com. Thanks for joining me, Jamie Lynn.
Hi.
So tell us about the workshop you'll be teaching at the Las Vegas Belly Dance Intensive.
Well, it's going to be something a little different, I think, than what is usually offered. As you said, it's belly dance music, majensi, mawal, maqam, and more. And when I first started belly dancing, I fell in love with the music. But then you start seeing those CDs and the wonderful music you can get, and you start wondering, what are some of these words that are included in the titles? We learn a lot of the songs, Zaina, Aziza, but then you start running across words like majensi, mawal, muwashahat, Taksim, Rast, Taksim Bayati, all these kind of unusual words that you may not know what they are. And this class is going to look a little deeper into Middle Eastern music and discover what some of those unusual things are, so you can become a more educated dancer. We're going to talk about what a mawal is, how to recognize a majensi, what muwashahat is and how you can dance to it, and then we're going to skim the surface of the maqamat, which this is loosely translated as the key a song is in. It's a little more complicated than that, but you don't have to be a musician to know these things or for it to be important. Really, the thing for a dancer to know is that maqam all have an emotion that are attached to that or a feeling that goes with it. So having that extra layer of meaning to help interpret a song gives a dancer even more substance to dance to. So that's a little bit about what I'll be touching on in my workshop.
Nice. This sounds like really geeky fun. So it sounds like we're getting very deep into theory. Is there going to be a lot of dancing, or is it more of a listen and learn kind of session?
Well, actually, it's going to be a lot of dancing involved as well. It will be some listening and learning because I want to distinguish some of the various types of music that are beyond just the regular songs that we dance to, into the taksims and into the majensis. But it will be a dance class as well. So we'll be learning some of how to dance with these maqams, how to express the different feelings and emotions that are behind them.
Sounds like we're getting the why and the how. So tell me, why is this important? Why is it so important that dancers recognize these?
Well, the music is really what compels our dance. The greatest achievement in this dance to me is to be the music. So I think you should know as much about the music as you can that you are dancing to, as well as your technique and your moves and stage presence. Those are very important. But knowing your music, to me, is the most important thing. And by understanding what the composers and musicians were attempting to convey with the music, it really allows a dancer to more fully interpret the song for an audience, really so we can tell them what the song is about through our movements. And hopefully, as dancers, we try to be as cognizant of the history and roots of this dance, and the music is such a big part of it. Why not know all you can?
Exactly. Now, is this going to be based primarily on Arabic music theory, or are we going to get into Turkish or Persian music?
It's going to be primarily Arabic and Turkish. Anything outside of that is a whole other field of interest. So my personal field of interest is in Arabic and Turkish, so that's kind of where I'm going to hone it down to. Any more than that could end up being about a 6-hour workshop.
That could make a great intensive of its own. Now, who would you say this workshop is appropriate for?
I really think every dancer would benefit from this class, regardless of level, because, to become familiar with the musical cues as to what a song is about, and not inadvertently dancing bright and happy to a song that is more about loss and longing. Mm-hmm. I think we've all been there in our beginnings of our belly dance career, and so to save ourselves some embarrassment of dancing inappropriately to a song. There's just so much music out there, and if you're not a native speaker of Arabic or Turkish, it can be a bit overwhelming. So really this is just a bit more information to be an educated dancer. So I think anybody could benefit this, whether you've just started or whether you've been dancing for 20 years.
What inspired you to offer this particular workshop? What got you interested in teaching this?
Well, as I said in my intro, I fell in love with Middle Eastern music before I even discovered belly dancing. And I've always been a fan of surf music. So Misirlou by Dick Dale was one of my all-time favorite songs ever, even before I knew there was such a thing as belly dancing. And I had no idea that it had Middle Eastern origins at the time. I loved the sound of it and the feel of it. And I've been a musician for a long time. I started taking piano in elementary school, played all the way through high school, and then found about the hammered dulcimer, which is mighty similar to a kanoon, which now I play it as a kanoon, which is great fun. But I had no idea of that at the time either. But so yeah, I loved surf music, but was also a big fan of Peter Gabriel, the rock musician, and I discovered a CD of Middle Eastern music that he had collected for a film project, and I bought it because it had his name on it. And so that's how I discovered Middle Eastern music. And the funny thing is, one of my college art classes, my professor was a family friend. I've known her since I was a kid, and I had no idea she was a belly dancer. But a guy in class said, "Can we listen to Middle Eastern music?" And she said, he asked if we could listen to music, and she said, "Only if we listen to Middle Eastern music," and I doubt very many of you like that. And so my ears kind of perked up, and I went up to her after class and said, I've just discovered Middle Eastern music. What should I go look for? And she said, "Well, why don't you come take my belly dance class?" And that was the beginning of the end.
For so many dancers, it's the opposite. Everybody goes into the dance, and then you have to drag your students into listening, kicking and screaming.
Exactly. So to know as much, to learn more about the music and therefore get a better understanding of it, hopefully it will lead a dancer to appreciate it more and be able to dance even better.
Mm-hmm. So will you share one tip from your session that listeners can start using right away?
Yeah. I was thinking, the most important thing is to listen closely to your music. And you can really get a feel for what the emotion behind it just by listening. What is it trying to say to you? This is where the maqam comes into play, and sometimes you can discern it just by the sound and the feel of the music. Other times it's maybe not so apparent, and this is where once you learn what maqam the songs are in, it can give you a better idea of it. But it is open to interpretation as well, so each dancer may interpret a song slightly differently, and that's a beautiful thing. So you can listen to your music and see what it's trying to say to you. Also, for improv especially, if you write out or draw out the music as it sounds to you, not in, a graph with notes or anything like that, but kind of a lyrical idea of what the music is saying, you can start to see repeating phrases within a music, and that will help you to dance to it more effectively.
I was literally doing that 6 hours ago today. I had some time to kill between classes, so I got myself a soda, sat down at the Dunkin' Donuts, and mapped out a song. So I second that recommendation.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me, Jamie Lynn, and thank you, everybody, for listening. If you'd like to learn more about Jamie Lynn, check her out at Jamie Lynn Belly Dance. One more time, that's JAMIELYNN bellydance.com. Or better yet, take her session at the Las Vegas Belly Dance Intensive. You can register at bellydanceintensive.com. And for more interviews with our fabulous instructors, go to bellydancegeek.com/Las Vegas.